You're tall. That helps. I'm not. I'm an inch shorter than I used to be, so there you go. Spinal compression has its way with us all.
Yes.
Yes. It's a rainy night in Georgia. They ought to make a song out of it, shouldn't they, Mike Peacock?
I can't believe after all these years nobody made a song out of that.
That would be so good.
It would be a hit.
It would definitely be a hit. Yeah, it's drizzling a little bit here at Dymel Field. Welcome, everyone, to Georgia-Alabama Sports Live High School Football Showcase, sponsored by Glenn-Smith Chevrolet and GMC and Pepsi Buffalo Rock, being simulcast on BeAViking.com. The Pacelli Vikings getting ready for their third home game of the season as they get set to take on Stone Mountain's Pirates. Mike Peacock, this should be a good one.
This should be a good one. Hey, and tonight's broadcast is better known as two guys who know things.
Yes.
Two old guys who know things.
Yep.
We've both been around for a while, and it's going to be fun. But you got two teams that are, I think Pacelli's on a little bit on the upswing after last week, a really positive win last week. Stone Mountain's still looking for things, Dave. They've given up a lot of points and haven't scored very many. And they're looking for something, so they're going to come in a little hungry tonight trying to get something down here in Columbus. But hopefully Pacelli's got a corner turned, and they're going to be headed in the right direction.
Absolutely. Pacelli, of course, opened the season with a pair of losses, but then last week, coming up big against FPT, the defending state champions, coming up and putting an 18-6 victory on the board with a new quarterback behind the center, and they seem to have that offense going pretty well. All right, let's take a look at the starting lineups very quickly for both ball clubs. For Pacelli on offense, it'll be John Thompson, the new quarterback who took over at last game as his first start. He'll be joined in the backfield by Cam Carino, the sophomore fullback, and DJ Coleman at tailback. Wide receivers, Jaquez Morgan, who came up with a big catch in that game against FPD, and J.D. Davis, who started the season as a quarterback but is too talented to keep on the bench. He's out there at wide receiver. Tight end will be Caps Green.
And the big guys in the trenches, Dave. At left tackle, you've got Andy Carter, a senior. At left guard, you've got Jake Wood, who's a junior. Junior Garrett Bolin is the center. At right guard, you got Walt Adams. And at right tackle, C.J. Thomas.
All right, it's an offense that has started to put things together. The defense has been stout all season. Starting for the Vikings on defense, the guys down with their knuckles not in the dirt but in the turf. Austin Dannison is the nose guard. He'll be flanked by tackles Keon Williams and Zach Ellis. Pacelli refers to their defensive ends as ponies, Jaquez Morgan and Cam Carino on the edge rusher spots.
And at will linebacker, you got Braden Hudson, and outside you got Naseem Henderson. The strong linebackers, Justin Sanchez, and then you got your defensive backs. At the corners, you've got Tyson Copeland and Uriah Mazik, and the free safety is Jack Fry.
And as we mentioned, this defense has been stout in the last ball game against FPD. They came up with 8 sacks. Zach Ellis, one of the defensemen, came up with 3 of those sacks. And right now, the captains are at midfield, so they get ready to do the coin toss. Captains for Pacelli. Garrett Bolin is one of the captains, along with Zach Ellis, number 22 DJ Colvin, and Braden Hudson, the linebacker. Now the officials for tonight's ball game. Let's take a look at who we've got. Dan Huell will be calling it as the white hat, as the referee. Michael Spate is the umpire. Your head line judge is Alfred Green, with Jerry Miles as the line judge.
Your field judge is Anton Turner. Your side judge is Carlton Williams. Your back judge is Chastity Stover. And up in the booth, doing the game clock and play clock, you've got John Jackson on the game clock and Larry Addy on the play clock.
Now, for Pacelli, this is a big contest because, as we mentioned before, in the last ball game, they seemed to turn a corner. The offense started really going in the second quarter against FPD with a touchdown pass from John Thompson to Jacquez Morgan, and then the running game stepped up behind Jason Nelson with the pair of touchdowns, and the defense, as all night, played well. They had the one touchdown FPD scored was in the final minute of the first half, and FPD decided to go for 2 after Pacelli was called for offsides. 1.5 yards, you have to go for it, right?
Right.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Bad idea, because the whole front line, Stout, rose up right, just stopped them. Braden Hudson at linebacker led the way, stuffed them, and that really turned. There was like a turn. You could feel the turn when that happened, and then the second half was all Pacelli.
It was a huge win. You know, we were doing a game last week down in Russell County, and we got that score, and it was a big deal. Richard and I talked about that on the broadcast last week. What a big win that was for Dwight Jones and Pacelli.
It was indeed. This is a team that 2 years ago won a state championship. Last year fell in the state quarterfinals to arch rival Brookstone. And there was a lot of turnover on the roster. These guys are trying to find the leadership, and it looks like they may indeed have found the leadership with John Thompson stepping in to take over the quarterback slot. The Vikings getting set to bust the banner as they look to see what they can do against the Stone Mountain Pirates. Here come the Vikings.
Well, you got two on a rainy, wet day. If it's fitting, Dave, you got two teams that ride on boats.
Exactly.
The Pirates and the Vikings.
Yeah, and we'll see who can do the most efficient rating tonight. So this ball game is going to be a very telling one for the Vikings. Can they take the momentum from last week and turn it into something and use that as a launching pad into the GIAA season? Because Stone Mountain, of course, is a PHSA squad, 3A team playing in Region 5. They're playing a non-region schedule. As you mentioned, they're a program trying to get things rebuilt.
Yeah, they've not had a lot of success on the football field in a number of years. And they're looking to try to get things going, but they do play in a tough area. They have to play tough teams week in and week out. And sometimes you're in a situation, Dave, where your back seems to be against the wall every single year that rolls around. And these guys are trying to build something, trying to get something going. They're hoping for something positive tonight. Of course, Pacelli is hoping to keep them pinned against that wall a little bit and have their way tonight on their home field.
And so Pacelli's defense will be the first ones out there, the stout defense. They'll get their first test as Stone Mountain will take their kickoff. Let's see, who's starting up back deep for Stone Mountain? That would be Chase Thornton, Shane Richards, and Khalil Thomas are the 3 setbacks for the Pirates, with Khalil Thomas set up deep, setting up on the 10-yard line. It'll be Jack Fry with the honors of doing the kickoff. Here we go. As toe will meet football, and we will get underway. The kick is high, a little bit short, taken on about the 11-yard line by Thomas. Thomas going straight up the middle. He is hit and brought down at about the 20-21-yard line.
I think the first guy, Dave, that had him by the feet was number 35 for Pacelli. That would be Hunter Hall. And then he had a couple of helpers come in pretty quickly after that. And so they are right at about the 21-yard line as they start things offensively for the Pirates.
Absolutely. Good kick coverage there for the Vikings. So the Pirates will set up shop on the 21-yard line. Behind the center is Braden Surprise. the sophomore quarterback who's thrown for 155 yards and a touchdown so far this season. Surprise with the two in the with a one-man setback, and that would be Khalil Thomas. The snap and whistles.
Little quick movement, I believe.
And we'll see what referee Dan Houle calls.
Delay a game, actually. Didn't get the play off.
That's tough for the first play of the game not to get the play off before the clock runs out. But move them back 5 yards. So the Pirates will now start this drive on the 16-yard line with a 1st and 15. Again, Surprise setting up behind center. Now he's set back in a shotgun formation.
Typical spread type formation.
Yep.
H back with one back in the backfield, and there is going to be, and Pacelli's going to give the 5 yards right back.
Yep, somebody jumped, and so
defensive end on this side stepped across. And how many coaches just said, "Watch the football"?
You'll hear that scream more than once.
Absolutely.
Zach Ellis looked like was the man that got a little bit anxious on that one. So, well, we're back where we started. So here we go, 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line.
Just pretend the first 2 whistles never happened. We're right back. It's a do-over.
It's a wash. Here we go. All right. Surprise more in a pistol formation now. Takes the snap. The give is to Thomas. Thomas trying to go off left tackle.
Oh,
hit by a
time
bunch
defense. Good job.
Bunch of red hats on that one.
Good job on the edge by Pacelli. Everybody stayed home. Nobody left. Nobody went down inside. They strung the play out a little bit, and then help arrived, and boom, he goes down for only a minimal gain, about a yard.
Yeah, actually a pickup of about 2 now on that one, so that'll set up a 2nd and 8. The Vikings want to get out there and make a statement. This defense has been tough all season long. They've given up. Pacelli has just given up about 262 yards per contest in their first 3 games, and they've done a solid job, especially last week. Again, Surprise in pistol formation. The give once again up the middle to Thomas. Thomas is hit again. The Vikings swarming, bringing him down after a gain of about 2 more yards.
Yep, he's up to about the 24-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd and about 6 or 7.
Yep, 3rd and 7. They're marking it right at the 25 now. Yep. So it'll be 3rd and 6 for the Pirates. The Vikings, of course, looking to get a 3 and out and get things going and see what that offense can do. The offense that showed up so well last week.
We'll see right here if Stone Mountain stays with the run game, Dave, or if they try to maybe some play action or an RPO to get the yardage needed for a 1st down.
Yes, they've had a lot more success through the air than on the ground all season long.
You got trips to the right side and a single receiver to the left, one back in the backfield.
Yeah, so we're going to be looking at the pass perhaps. Yep, Surprise looking over the
it's
middle.
Picked off.
It is picked off by the big man, taking it to the house. That is Naseem Hudson-Henderson with a pick 6. And the Vikings are on the board less than 2 minutes into the ball game.
Hudson-Henderson just stepped in front of that, Dave, knocked it up in the air, right back to himself, and then he had basically a lot of green in front of him. It was an easy trip to the end zone. Great job by the linebacker there.
Yeah, Hudson-Henderson, as the middle linebacker, has been stout all season long and coming up big, dropping back into pass formation. All right, we'll see if they go for 2 or go for the kick. Everybody looking to the sideline to see what's going on. All right, Jack Fry is trotting onto the field, or is he? Down to 18, 19, they're setting up. All right, Fry will come in to kick the extra point. It'll be Ethan Sanders on the hold as the Vikings looking to convert on their first extra point of the season, by the way. Line it up. Booting it through. It is good. Jack Fry getting it on the board. The Vikings jumping out to a 7-0 lead here in the first quarter against Stone Mountain.
Well, if you're Dwight Jones, Dave, you couldn't ask for anything better. To start the game on defense and come away with points, that's like a bonus every single time.
That is beautiful. And for the defense, this is their great defensive plays. All right. The Vikings with a 7-0 lead. You are watching Vikings football on BeAViking.com and Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
Hey, on the mountain we've got a saying. Get off your... Touchdown!
Mountain.
All right, we are back here at Diamond Field. The Pacelli Vikings taking on the Stone Mountain Pirates, and the Vikings jumping off to an early 7-0 lead on a pick six by Nassim Hudson-Henderson.
What a great job by the linebacker there. You know, sometimes those big guys don't get those interceptions like those corners and safeties do, and the big guy just stepped right into that passing lane, knocked the ball up in the air, caught it, and when he looked in front of him, Dave, he had clear sailing to the end zone. He had one blocker and one man to beat, and that blocker took care of him. So
yeah,
he just had to jog into the end zone.
And he kept his head and took care of business. Nothing between him and the end zone but stripes. Took care of that. Jack Fry here to kick things off. Sending it again about to the 11-yard line. Again, it is Khalil Thomas. Thomas taking it, trying to go to the left side again.
Oh, got some
finding
yardage.
a seam, finding a hole, and finally pushed out of bounds past midfield. It was Jack Fry, the kicker, making the tackle. A big, big return for Khalil Thomas, who is dangerous.
Good speed right there from Khalil Thomas, and he found an opening, and Dave got to the sideline and was able to get a couple of steps on the nearest guy to him. Got about 10, 15 extra yards right there, but the kicker, Jack Fry, was the guy who probably saved a touchdown right there with a good tackle on the sideline. Basically,
what he plays on defense is free safety,
yes.
So he had to put on his free safety hat and made the tackle. The gain was 47 yards on the kick return. So Stone Mountain will open up on the Pacelli 42-yard line. The snap. Dupree's
sweep action. Sweeping it met right away.
Yeah, Khalil Thomas had no place to go, and that was Jaquez Morgan coming up with the tackle.
It's just that outside give right there, a little sweep action on that play. Everybody kind of a student body right play, but Pacelli defended it extremely well, strung the play out, and then a big hit over there on the end to make the tackle.
Yeah, Morgan and the rest of the defense, they're very good about staying home and not overcommitting to things. For Morgan, that's his 5th tackle for loss on the season. So it sets up a 2nd and 11 from the Pacelli 43-yard line for the Pirates.
2nd down, 11.
8:05 remaining here in the first quarter. Surprise with one man in the backfield. Taking the snap, the give is to Thomas once again. Thomas going up the middle, but he's hit almost immediately.
And that was Nassim Hudson-Henderson with the big tackle right in the middle of the field. He scraped right into the gap and met the runner like you're supposed to. That's how you draw it up, Dave.
Exactly.
And, gained a couple of yards there, so it's 3rd and 9.
Yep, a pickup.
This is where they ran into a little trouble on their first possession. They tried the pass play and tried a quick little slant play, and that's when Nassim Hudson-Henderson, grabbed it and took off for a touchdown. Let's see what they do here.
Yep.
They have not really tried to go downfield.
No, they haven't. They do have some speed. Surprise has got a pretty decent arm. We'll see how things play out here. Okay, one-man setback again, the same formation they've been in all game. The give is to Thomas up the middle, and that's not going anywhere at all.
Counter action there, and he is met
by Keon Williams.
By Keon Williams in the hole there, and big tackle, so that's going to bring up 4th. Actually, no gain, maybe lost about a half yard on that play, so it's going to be 4th and about 9.5, 10 yards.
Yeah, we'll call that a loss of 1. 2 tackles for loss on this drive. After the big kickoff return, the defense stout, taking care of business. Sets up a 4th and 10. So if you're Stone Mountain at 4th and 10, you might as well go for it.
Might as well go for it.
Yeah.
If you throw a pass downfield and it gets intercepted, it might be just as good as a punt anyway.
Exactly.
So let's see what happens here on 4th down.
All right. Got to watch the ball. That was Justin Sanchez. Got a little bit excited.
A little antsy.
Yeah.
Trying to get a head start.
Yeah. He's gonna pin his ears back, and he was gonna go for it.
Yep.
Because everybody's expecting the pass here. So a penalty 5 yards.
One thing I'm noticing about Stone Mountain, Dave, is their offensive line is not made up of huge kids.
No, they are not that big.
They are not that big size-wise, but they do look athletic on the offensive line. So,
yep. Well, quick sometimes beats bigger.
Well, especially if you're running, a lot of zone-type plays and doing some zone blocking, you can use those smaller bodies to get some good leverage and get some holes.
Exactly, using finesse if you don't have the power.
Right.
Surprise dropping back to pass, looking
Big
a
rush.
screen, and it is broken up, knocked down by Tyson Copeland with the knockdown. So the Vikings take the ball over on downs.
Actually, Dave, Eric Barrios, the center for Stone Mountain, probably saved another interception right there, as he was actually going to block the man who knocked that pass down, and he hit him in the midsection about the time the ball got there. It would have been the second interception of the night.
Yep. So, well, Barrios is also their middle linebacker.
Right.
So, yeah, so he had to put his middle linebacker hat on.
Absolutely.
And he put his hat on the guy who had to it, and so Tyson Copeland wasn't quite able to the pick. Pacelli's not complaining, though. They got good field position. Start things off on their own 42-yard line.
Going a little pace here.
Yep.
Come right out to the line of scrimmage.
Yep, not going to waste any time. John Thompson
I
setting
believe
up.
it's a timeout. Somebody didn't get in the right place or something, and they went ahead and spent a timeout here. Didn't quite have the formation right.
Yep. Well, you don't want to make a mistake this early on. This is the first play of the game. You want to set the tone, and to set the tone properly, pick up a good gain. Just, gas for some yardage, pick up something good. Just to get the ball rolling. Because this is an offense that last ball game is when they finally got things on a roll.
And knowing what I know about Dwight Jones, he loves to have success running the football. He would really love to set up his pass game and get his run game going early in this ball game.
That's what they've lived on that for years. And we'll see what happens now. All right, Thompson setting up in shotgun formation. And one man in the backfield, that is Jason Nelson.
Blocking.
Nelson taking the handoff off tackle, and there he goes. With two men to beat, he is finally dragged down after a big gain. That was Shane Richards, Stone Mountain, coming up with the tackle.
Yep. And Dave, we've had a little bit of a flop here as J.D. Davis, I think, is running quarterback, and John Thompson was at receiver that time, and now they're swapping back.
That's what you can do when you've got guys that are speedy and quick and can think well. All right, all the way down to the 18-yard line. The give is to
he's in.
That is DJ Colvin, and Colvin finishing the job. An 18-yard touchdown run. Touchdown, Vikings.
Well done right there. A two-play drive. So Pacelli has touched the ball, Dave, for 3 plays, and they have 2 scores.
That yards per touch is pretty good on this one.
That's pretty good.
That was pretty amazing, and what a great way to go.
Yeah, we were talking before the game. We talked about Kerryon Johnson's senior year at Madison Academy. I was talking about doing that Super 7 game. He touched the ball 9 times in that game and scored on 6 of them, and one of those was a pick 6.
So that's a good way to do it, and
Absolutely.
That's a good way to set it up. All right, Jack Fry setting up for the extra point out of Ethan Sanders' hold. Jake Wood on the snap. It's good, it's perfect, and it's taking care of business. 5:29 remaining here in the first quarter. The Pacelli Vikings have opened up a 14-0 lead on Stone Mountain. You are watching Pacelli Vikings football on BeAViking.com and Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
My name is Quintia Perry, and this is my CVCC story. I've graduated from CVCC with my associates in medical assistant, and I received my certification from CVCC. The training that I got from CVC and being prepared to come and do clinicals helped tremendously. I started looking at scholarships, and the Ambassador Scholarship was interesting to me because you did an event to earn your scholarship and you meet people. I would recommend CVCC to anyone that asks because of the scholarships, the teachers, the small stuff that you can't get at a university.
We are back at Dynamo Field where the Pacelli Vikings have jumped out to an early 14-0 lead on the Stone Mountain Pirates on a pick 6 and on an 18-yard run by DJ Colvin. The Vikings set to kick things off as the Pirates try to get something going. Jack Key kicking it, and deep once again is Khalil Thomas. Instead, it goes to the man up short. That's number 2. That was Chase Thornton with the run back. He gets it past the 30-yard line. The ball is being marked down at about the 35-yard line. So,
yeah, right at it.
Yep, right at the 35. So Stone Mountain will start off on their own 35-yard line.
My old friend Tate out there on the officiating crew, worked with him at CSU for many years.
All right, Stone Mountain, 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line to see if they can get any offense going at all. They have picked up a grand total of 4 yards in their 2 possessions.
2 receivers on each side, one of those in sort of the H-back position.
Surprise taking the
There's
snap.
a jet.
Sweep there.
He's going backwards, though.
Yep. Coming backwards.
Good job by the Pacelli defense again.
Shane Richards finding no room at all.
You mentioned how disciplined these guys are along the front for Pacelli and staying home and not biting on action. I'm impressed by that. A lot of times, especially in high school football, you're going to have some overzealous kids. They're going to see something. They're going to shoot down inside. They're going to run upfield. These guys are staying along the line of scrimmage. They're holding their contain, and they're doing a great job keeping the ball back toward the middle where all the help is.
Defense coordinator Roger Pritchard teaches his guy well, and they're listening to him. So
Absolutely.
That lost 9 on the play, so that'll set up a 2nd and 19 from the 26-yard line for the Pirates.
19.
And the formation, once again, Surprise with 1 man back. They're spreading things out again.
Yep.
Twins left and right.
Twins each direction.
Yep. So we'll see what away. So Eric Barrios set to punt it. He had a good punt the first time, 45 yards. John Thompson set up deep for the Vikings. Low line drive kick. It takes a hop.
Really good bounce again.
Another good bounce, and it rolls dead inside the 30-yard line.
Be a rainy day if you watch the forecast all week, but it did look like maybe around this time of night that some of this was going to move off to the east.
Yeah, wishful thinking. Yeah,
it hasn't done so yet.
Yeah, Murphy was an optimist.
Absolutely.
So, absolutely. All right, in shotgun formation, to give up the middle goes.
The ball's loose. And see, Pacelli got back on it, I believe.
Yep.
Offensive lineman, I believe, right there. Is that 62?
62, yeah, that would be Jake Wood coming up. A pickup of 2 yards on that. So that will set up a 2nd and 8 on the 29-yard line. And the first quarter is in the books. And what a first quarter it was for the Pacelli Vikings, putting up 3 scores. Pacelli has jumped out to a 21-0 lead after 1 quarter over the Stone Mountain Pirates. What a ball game it has been. You are watching Pacelli football on beaviking.com and Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
Hey, on the mountain we've got a saying. Get off your... Touchdown! Woo. Mountain Dew.
My name is Quintia Perry, and this is my CVCC story. I've graduated from CVCC with my associates in medical assistant, and I received my certification from CVCC. The training that I got from CVC and being prepared to come and do clinicals helped tremendously. I started looking at scholarships, and the ambassador scholarship was interesting to me because you did events to earn your scholarship and you meet people. I would recommend CVCC to anyone that...
Welcome back to Diamond Field, where the Pacelli Vikings are playing host to the Stone Mountain Pirates. The Vikings with the ball, 1st and 10 on their own 29-yard line. This first play of the second quarter, a run up the middle that gains a little bit.
Yep.
Looks like a pickup of about 2.
Yep.
So the ball on the 31-yard line, setting up a 3rd down and 6.
New territory here for Pacelli, Dave. Third down.
I know. They haven't gotten there because this is the first time their possession has gone more than 2 plays. Both, of course, resulting in long touchdown runs. DJ Colville with an 18-yard run, and, of course, Jason Nelson with that 70-yard scamper. John Anderson setting up in shotgun formation. 1 man in the backfield along with H-back. Braden Hudson setting up at H-back. Here's the snap. The give up the middle is Nelson, and Nelson finding it going nowhere.
Nice job by number 10 right there for the Stone Mountain defense. Alonzo James, the linebacker. He was the first contact in the hole, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Yeah, they're going to set the ball up on the 32, so they give him 1 yard. But that sets up fourth and 5, so the Vikings will have to punt this thing away. Let's see who sets up as a punter. Jack Fry will go back to punt for the Vikes. And setting up deep for Stone Mountain is Chase Thornton.
Vikings in punt formation with Jack Fry.
Jake Wood, the long snapper. Sending it back perfect. Fry taking his time, getting some good air under it.
Really good hang time.
Real good hang time. Good coverage, too, because he's going nowhere. Brought down Cam Carino, the sophomore, the gunner, taking care of business, dropping him in the spot.
He was on him quick.
Wow.
And I tell you, Dave, they kind of got away with a little block in the back there by the up back. I wonder if it would have been called if he had gotten loose and gotten away from that tackle. Maybe they might have thrown the hanky right there, but there was no need. Cam Carino was all over him.
Yep. So on the play, you're looking at starting on the 25-yard line. So Stone Mountain will start off on their own 25 here. 2 minutes into the second quarter, Pacelli with that 21-0 lead over the Pirates.
The defense will be looking, Dave, again to keep this offense stymied as they have on their previous possessions.
Yeah, Stone Mountain had a grand total of minus 2 yards total offense in the first quarter.
Right.
Surprise setting back, lone backfield, rolling. No, he keeps it, tucks it, goes up the middle, and then he's hit hard. That was Jaquez Morgan. Yeah. Morgan definitely. Big hit on that one. Gain of yards. Put the ball on the 27-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 8. And
we have a stoppage.
Stoppage of play. Timeout, Pacelli.
Pacelli, their second one of the half.
Yep. I wonder what they saw that they did not like. I think maybe the way that Surprise was able to break loose a little bit up the middle, somebody wasn't doing their job. Somebody wasn't doing their assignment is probably what had happened. And at that point, that's when the defense coordinator, Roger Pritchard, wants to let them know, can't do that.
Make a little adjustment, in-game adjustment, and maybe a little motivation on the sidelines.
Exactly. Well,
guys,
again,
we can't relax. Yes, you don't look at the scoreboard. You don't worry about what the score is. You do your assignment every single play. You don't take a play off.
Exactly, because these guys are fast. If you let up, they're going to smoke you.
Yep.
So, and nobody wants to be the guy watching the other dude run down the field.
You know right now that this defense wants to keep that goose egg on the other side of the board for all 4 quarters.
Absolutely.
And you don't want to be the guy that missed an assignment and let somebody get in the open and score.
Yeah, you hear about it at school on Monday. I can tell you that.
You're going to get booed when you walk in the door.
Yes. All right, so we're setting up. Okay, we'll call it a gain of 3, actually. The ball marked at about the 27. Scoreboard says 2nd and 7. From this angle, it's kind of hard to argue with that. So they start on the 25, not the 24, not the 25. All right, on the 27, 2nd and 7 for the Pirates. Surprise setting up with the single man in the backfield. Twins left. Fakes the handoff, keeps it. Yep, somebody went the wrong way. And everybody from the Pacelli Vikings went the right way on that one.
Play lost 2 yards.
A loss of 2 on the play.
Khalil Thomas, I think, was telling the quarterback, he was holding up 2 fingers. He said, you called this. You know?
Yeah. The snap came early or something. The Vikings defense just swallowed them up.
I don't know what their numbering system is for their holes on the offensive side, but if it was a 2-hole play, that's going to be right off guard somewhere. Yeah,
that's going to be on the other side of it. They went the left side. It would have been on the right side.
Yeah, absolutely.
So oops. Yeah, broken play, and they weren't able to do anything with it. Surprise is pretty quick. He's a sophomore.
Yep.
So there is a lot of that. They have a very, very young team. Not many seniors on the Stone Mountain Pirates squad.
Right.
3rd and 9 now on the 25. And whistle. And I'm guessing timeout.
I think they got a timeout right before the play clock went down, Dave.
Yeah, they can't afford to dig any more of a hole than they've got. They can't afford to give away 5 yards right now. 3rd and 9 is going to be tough enough, but 3rd and 9 is still doable.
Yes.
Because you got a quarterback who can throw. You got some wide receivers who can scoot, as long as he's got time to do it. If their offensive line can hold them off, so they have a shot at doing something. Giving up 5 now would be.
Yeah, you get a 3rd and 14 deep on your own end of the field. It becomes a lot more dangerous to drop back and pass.
Yeah, already when you've already given up a pick 6 too. So
exactly.
Yeah, they've seen this movie before. Mm-hmm. They really don't want to see the movie again. Vikings, on the other hand, they'd be okay with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The Vikings, the Vikings defense, it's been solid.
I guarantee you the defensive huddle in there is going to say, hey, guys, let's score another one. Let's get another one.
Yeah. Yeah, Nassim's going to be going, hey, Huddy, it's your turn.
Yeah.
So we'll see where this goes. A 3rd and 9. Stone Mountain desperately needing to get something going. Surprise setting up, single man in the backfield. Resetting the play. Looking to the sideline. Okay, he's letting his receivers know that there's a different play now. In motion now. Surprise dropping back. Yep, looking to his left. And the pass goes through the hands. Looked like Shane Richards on the play, went through his hands.
And Nassim Hudson-Henderson made sure that play wasn't going to go anywhere if he had caught that ball. As he made a big hit on the receiver just as the ball passed through his hands.
Hello, I'm here.
Yes.
I'm number 25. Hey, don't forget me.
I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah. So that sets things up they're on the 25, 4th and 9. And so Barrios sets back to punt. John Thompson is setting up shop at about midfield.
The Vikings with John Thompson at the 50.
The Vikings have been close on a couple of these punts. He's been able to get them off. He's had to rush, and they've been low kicks.
High snap, but Barrios gets the kick away.
He does.
Thompson calling for the fair catch, taking it at the 45-yard line.
Yep.
So the Vikings will get started in pretty good field position on their own 44-yard line. That's not a bad place to start.
Not at all.
Nah.
If you can start somewhere in that 35 to midfield range on your side of the field, that's a good starting position.
Sure, and a 56-yard run is a lot less tiring than a 70-yard run.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
There is that. Now, the Viking defense has just been completely solid. They were at -2 yards. They've held Stone Mountain to a grand total of -1 yard now.
-1.
-1.
Take that any day of the week.
Yep. All right, 1st and 10 from the 44. Anderson rolling to his right, under pressure, looking downfield, throwing it away.
And he did have a receiver there.
Yeah, close enough to Jaquez Morgan to call it good. So incomplete, smart play. It was a very smart play on Anderson's part.
It really was.
Yeah, he had two guys chasing him down. There wasn't much he was going to do. Jeremiah Mullins kind of had him in his sights. So Anderson did the judicious thing.
Absolutely.
And threw it away.
He saw that he was not going to be able to get a step on the edge, and then he just did exactly what he was supposed to do right there. Threw that where nobody could catch it, but he did have a receiver over there, so it was not intentional grounding.
Had he been going
nice
to his left, he might have had a shot, been able to plant, but he was going to his right side, so there was no way he could plant and throw.
Right.
All right, single man setback. Anderson handing it off. Oh, a double handoff, and that's DJ Colvin going straight up the middle, busting a tackle before he is brought down.
Got a flag.
But there is a flag.
It came way back behind the play.
That first handoff, it looked like, okay, here we go again. Here comes Jason Nelson. No, wait a second.
Holding.
The double handoff on a counter.
It's going to be holding on the offense.
It's a hold, though. Yep. That's the third penalty against the Vikings tonight. 3 penalties for 20 yards now for the Vikings. Stone Mountain only with 1 penalty for 5.
Right.
All right, so it's gonna be a 2nd and long here, 2nd and 20. Yeah, they'll set up 2nd and 20 from the 34-yard line.
The penalty from the 34.
Anderson taking the snap, rolling to his right, looking, throwing, finding Jason Nelson.
A quick
out of bounds, picking up a couple of yards. Not much, but something. And Nelson is marked down at the 38-yard line.
Got about 4 yards maybe.
Yeah, 38-yard lines. Yeah, it was a pickup of 4.
Yep.
So you're looking now at 3rd and 16. A 3rd and 16 from the 38.
3rd down, 16.
Well, let's see what the Vikings can do on 3rd and long. Again, that's not something they're used to tonight. It was 2nd and gone twice. So.
Yes.
All right, single setback in the backfield with Anderson. He takes a snap, rolls to his right, looking downfield. The flag is flying. There's going to be a holding call of some kind. Pass falls incomplete.
Penalty marker on the near sideline.
The pass was meant for J.D. Davis. He kind of threw it to triple coverage.
He did.
He did. He threw it into triple coverage. Davis got up there and got his hands on the ball. It was an accurate pass. You can throw in triple coverage, accurate pass, but it wasn't anything Davis was going to come down with. But it doesn't much matter with the holding call.
We got holding. Offense. That penalty is declined. Full count.
Yeah, and as you'd expect, the holding is declined. So the Vikings will have to punt. So it's a 3 and out.
Yeah.
Yeah, not what they wanted to get, but things are still looking pretty decent.
Well, that time, Dave, I think they ran the ball one play on that drive.
Yep.
And that's a little bit uncharacteristic of what they really would like to do. But they did have a couple of penalties that gave them extra yardage to try to get. So.
Yep. The punt from Fry.
Kind of straight up.
A fair catch was he kind of hit it really short, but they're getting a roll at least.
Yep.
Well, that helps. Take every bit you can get. Fry we kind of went straight up off of Fry's foot. Fry sometimes will get those boomers, and then once in a while, that was one that, well, with the roll, at least was not bad.
Sort of like one of my pitching wedges every now and then.
Yeah.
Just get a little too far under it, hit it, pop it up straight in the air, and leave it 20 yards short.
The pop up to short. So Stone Mountain will open the drive on the 27-yard line. 7:53 remaining here in the first half. Pacelli holding a 21-0 lead in this one. We'll see if the Viking defense can continue to dominate in this one.
Fans, don't forget, if you're hungry, our concession stand is open.
It hasn't been all 3 and outs for Stone Mountain. We'll give them that, but that was the pick 6.
Right.
All right. Surprise setting up in the backfield with a single setback, which would be Thomas once again. Whistle, and is it an equipment issue? Or is it a timeout?
Timeout.
All right.
Offense.
Yeah.
Timeout there.
Last timeout of the half.
Marlon Moore or the offensive coordinator, Mike King, saw something he did not like, so they called the timeout. So 7:53 remaining here in the second quarter. Pacelli with a dominating 21-0 lead.
Yeah, Stone Mountain looks like they've got a lot of confusion on the offensive side of the ball with getting their plays in. They've had 2 or 3 delay of game penalties, and they've had to call timeout twice now. And it looks like they're having trouble getting their formations right and getting their plays in. And that, sometimes that's a mark of a team that's struggling a little bit, Dave. They just –
Sure. There's
the
a lot.
attention span's not great.
Yeah, but they also have a lot of sophomores.
Yes,
looking on this, they have 1, 2, 3 starters. They're seniors. Yep. Everybody else, you're looking at it's a sophomore-dominated squad.
Right. Even a freshman is a starter at one of the guards. So they are a young team.
They will improve, but it's going to be some time. All right, Surprise setting up, taking the snap. Keeper faking the give on the jet.
Oh, good tackle.
It was a good tackle. He could have broke that thing loose.
Justin Sanchez, from a strong linebacker spot, made the tackle, but it was a really nice play right there by Surprise.
Yeah.
It was a zone read type play where he rode the back and then decided to keep it himself. The hole opened up for him. He kept it. Good decision. Made a good solid play. Good positive gain for Stone Mountain on that.
Yep, a pickup of 5. That's one of their better plays of the night. That sets up a 2nd and 5 on the 32-yard line for the Pirates. Once again, single man in the backfield with Surprise. That would be Thomas.
Motion. Give.
The give to Thomas, but he is wrapped up almost immediately.
Stop made by Zach Ellis.
Zach Ellis in on it, as was Nassim Henderson. So it was a no gain.
No gain.
No gain. So that sets up a 3rd and 5.
Maybe lost a yard.
Ooh, yeah, he did. They got it marked back one. They marked it back as a 1-yard loss. Again, that's want to play like that, assignment football.
Absolutely.
And they're passing their assignments. That's good.
That's good.
As a newly minted school teacher, passing your assignments is important. All right, 3rd and 6. Surprise rolling to his left, looking downfield, firing, and is picked off.
There's a flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Let's see what this is. It came from the back judge and thrown in the direction of the coverage. Now let's see what the call is going to be. Really nice interception there.
It was. It was a great pick. That would have been Tyson Copeland on the interception. But let's see what the call is. Drum roll, please.
They're having a little conference over there
Yeah.
about what it was.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what Dan Hewell indicates. And survey says
Hey, we had pass interference. Defense. 15 yards.
Copeland is called. Colt.
First down.
All right, Copeland called for pass interference, apparently shoving or.
I don't think it was the guy who had the interception. I think it was one of the other backs.
Yeah, I did not see who it
back
was.
There.
Yeah.
There were two Pacelli guys back there in coverage, and I do not think it was on the one who made the interception. I think it was on the other corner or safety that was over there.
I did not see if it was Uriah Mazik or it was Jack Fry.
Yep.
So it's a 1st and 10 on the 46-yard line.
Is that the first down for?
That is their first down. All right, Surprise back.
Little screen.
And it was dropped. Hudson Henderson was right there.
And Khalil Thomas, tried to run before he caught that one. I think he saw number 25 coming, and the horn was blowing.
Yeah.
And he tried to get that ball and get upfield and just forgot something.
Yeah, and Nassim's a good-sized dude. He's 6 foot 230, and he can definitely put a hit on you. He did. He had a couple of big hits in the last ball game. Many big hits in the last ball game, actually. So that sets up 2nd and 10. He might have been better off because if he caught that screen pass, he would have lost yardage.
Right.
So it is what it is. And right now, if you're the Pirates, you'll take whatever you can get as consolation. But they have picked up that first down. All right, 2nd and 10. Ball on the 46-yard line. Surprise takes the snap, drops back, looks, and he's under a lot of pressure, and he is brought down, chased out of the pocket, and that was up. Who else? Justin Sanchez.
Tell you what, Surprise did a good job of getting away from the first wave of defenders, and it looked like he might actually break out and get something positive on that play, but then there came Justin Sanchez and said, nope. You're going down, bud. Yep,
a loss of 6 on the play. That's Sanchez's first official sack of the season. It's his 3rd tackle for loss. He's played a solid. He's had a solid season. Already had an interception this year too.
Right.
And one of the leading tacklers. In fact, he came into the game as the leading tackler in the ball club. So here we go, 3rd and 16 from the 40-yard line. Surprise, dropping back, looking downfield, under pressure. Again, and down again.
And that was Hudson Henderson.
Yep. Nassim doing the job again, coming up with the sack. That's his 3rd sack of the season. Has he had a sack already tonight? He had 2 sacks coming into the game.
He had a tackle for loss. I don't know if it was a sack.
Yeah.
It was a tackle for loss.
He had 2 sacks coming into the game. And it was a loss of 4. So 4th and 21, so they're going to have to punt it away. Eric Barrios back to punt, and it'll be John Thompson setting up shop on about the 35-yard line. Kevin Takis with a high snap, but Barrios gets it away. Thompson's
nice
calling
kick
for a fair catch. He's going to let it roll, and it rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls, and it's going to come to rest inside the 15-yard line, down at about the 12.
Wow.
Woo.
He was able to get that one off his foot. Actually got some spiral action on that punt, Dave, and it carried well over the receiver's head.
Yeah.
And then took off when it hit the turf.
It did, and that was an impressive kick to say the least. 52-yard punt for Barrios.
Yes.
Yeah, it was well struck. I mean, that was the kind of punt you want. That's a perfect punt, honestly. And Thompson calling for the fair catch was a smart move. He probably should have camped under it. But I think he just misjudged it, and he knew it was going to go over his head.
Yep.
And rather than try to scramble around and maybe do something really stupid. Just let it roll and just take whatever it is.
Especially on a wet night like this.
Yes. So Pacelli starting off on their own 12-yard line here. Faking the handoff. Thompson a keeper, but he is hit behind the line of scrimmage.
Good job.
That was Jared Wilson.
Yeah, good job by Jared Wilson right there of staying home and not getting too far upfield. He was upfield a little bit, but not enough to allow the quarterback to get inside him and get positive yardage, and made the play right there in the backfield. So another positive for Stone Mountain.
Yep, that was good defensive play by Stone Mountain, to say the least. All right, 2nd and 11. The snap, the give, off tackle.
Broke a tackle or two.
Yep, that looks like DJ Colvin. Yeah, it was
Got
Colvin.
An injured player. That is the middle linebacker for Stone Mountain. That's Eric Barrios.
Hey, check him out.
He's going to go out for a play.
Yep. The ball marked at the 15-yard line, so it was a gain of 4. So it will be 3rd down and 7 for the Vikings on their own 15-yard line. Yeah, Barrios is one guy that Stone Mountain cannot afford to lose.
Absolutely.
He's their punter, their center, and their middle linebacker.
I think he drove the bus on the way here, too.
Entirely possible. He's a senior. He's the senior leader on this ball club. All right, setting up, crowded backfield. Anderson. The give, whistles. The give was the Colvin, but that
it's going to be
stopped
offside.
quick.
Offside on Stone Mountain.
If Stone Mountain jump, Pacelli is going to be thrilled. That's a gift.
I don't know if they jumped or if they were lined up in the neutral zone. He called it really quick.
Yeah.
I heard the whistle, and I don't think anybody else did.
Yeah. Well, that's their 3rd penalty. 3 penalties for 15 yards. But that's a really costly penalty. It takes a 3rd and 7, turns it into a 3rd and 2. So here we go, 3rd and 2 from the 20. Anderson, all right, looking to the sideline to see if Lee Hamner's changed the play. Went for the Wildcat, that straight give. The
and
snap was straight to Colvin, but Colvin was hit right at the line of scrimmage. Hit hard at the line of scrimmage. And it was Jaquan Morris with the initial hit.
And Chase Thornton was in there with him. They both got him, made sure he didn't get loose.
Yep, and that sets up a 4th and 2.
Barrios back in the game now for Stone Mountain, their middle linebacker.
And it looks like they're going to go for it on 4th and 2 on their own 20-yard line. They've done this before, and they've done very well with this. The give is to Nelson, and Nelson is brought down behind the line. Wow.
Nelson dragged down.
That was Jared Wilson with a tackle for loss.
Through. He
Wow.
was in the backfield fast. He found a gap and got through quickly and blew that play up.
Yeah, a loss of 4.
And the best field position of the night for Stone Mountain.
Wow. They're going to start on the 16-yard line. They're going to start on the Pacelli 16. This is going to be a challenge for the Viking defense.
This is a little test for the defense.
Yep. But they also have that kind of supreme confidence in their defense.
Correct.
I wonder why.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, 1st and 10 from the 16. Surprise setting up with one man in the backfield. Surprise dropping back, looking over the middle, looking for the corner of the end zone.
Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Well thrown football.
Wow. Chase Thornton coming up with the 16-yard touchdown reception. And Stone Mountain is on the board.
That was pretty close, Dave, to a perfectly thrown football right there on the fade to the corner of the end zone. He threw it at that back pylon back there, and hopefully your receiver is either going to be able to go up and get it or run under it. And in that case, he ran straight under it, and touchdown for Stone Mountain.
That's what happens. Sometimes you can kind of overdo things. All right, so Adam Abdulazam comes in for the extra point. He's 0 for 1 on extra points on the season. It'll be Andrew Davis on the hold. Kevin Takis will be the long snapper. The snap down, good. Abdulazam,
it's good.
Right through the uprights, and it is good. So with 2 minutes and 21 seconds remaining in the first half, Stone Mountain is on the board. Pacelli holding a 21-7 lead. You're watching Pacelli Vikings football on BeAViking.com and Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
the teachers, the small stuff that
Now at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, the full-size GMC Sierra 4x4 crew cabs discounted up to a giant $15,000 off. GMC Canyons with plenty of power and excellent towing ability, up to $5,000 off. And the roomy and enjoyable compact SUV, the popular GMC Terrains, up to $6,750 off.
Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way to Glenn Smith and Opelika. Get ready to smile.
And we're back at Dymel Field here on the campus of St. Anne-Pacelli High School. The Pacelli Vikings leading Stone Mountains Pirates 21-7. 2 minutes, 21 seconds remaining here in the first half. But let's face it, Stone Mountain giving a little bit of a surprise there. As we get ready for the kickoff for Stone Mountain. That's Abdul Salam sending it down to about the 13-yard line.
Yep.
And that is Jace.
Oh, he's got some room,
Oh,
Dave.
yeah. There goes Jason Nelson taking it back around the right side, cutting back against the grain, breaking a couple of tackles, and taking it all the way deep to the 33-yard line. What a return by Jason Nelson.
Let's see, 37 plus 20 or 17. 44-yard, 54-yard return.
That sounds good. I don't want to do the math because I take off my shoes and it's still raining out here. But a great return. It doesn't get much better than that now, does it? An amazing run back by Jason Nelson, but every time he's touched the ball, he's turned into all kinds of great stuff.
Well, and Dave, the offense right here for Pacelli's have been a little stagnant the last couple of drives. They need to answer that touchdown right here.
They do indeed. Now the ball is being marked down at the 34-yard line, not the 28.
33-yard line. They keep
33?
I think they finally made up their mind.
Yeah. So we'll call it the 33. First and 10 from the 33 for the Vikings. Thompson taking the snap. Oh, the snap goes high. DJ Colvin chases it down deep in the backfield.
He got loose.
But he gets loose, and look at him go. He found a seam, heading to the end zone. A broken play turns into a touchdown for the Vikings.
Wow.
DJ Colvin taking it 33 yards for the score on a bad snap, broken play. It doesn't get much better than that for the Vikings.
You had one missed tackle in the backfield, Dave. A guy came flying in and just slid off the shoulder pads, and then he did the rest. Just took it the distance.
You get fancy sometimes, and it will cost you. So that will set up things for the extra point. And Jack Fry coming on in for the kick out of the hold of Ethan Sanders. How about that? That was quick. Touchdowns on the last two plays from scrimmage.
Yep.
A pair of one-play drives. So Fry setting it up. The snap, it's down, it's good, and right down the middle.
Yeah.
How about the Pacelli Vikings? Coming right back, they have an answer for that. A 33-yard touchdown from DJ Colvin on a broken play, and suddenly it's 28-7 Vikings.
And that's how you answer. When you kind of give up a gimme to the other team, you want to come back and answer quickly, and Pacelli did just that.
That's exactly what they did. They did what they had to do when they had to do it. I just want to remind you, remember, for an exceptional car or truck buying experience, head to Glenn Smith Chevy GMC in Opelika. With over 300 new and pre-owned vehicles on the lot, many still covered by factory warranty, you're sure to find the perfect ride. Start your journey today at glennsmith.com. Whether you're from Georgia or Alabama, discover why Glenn Smith, they say, get ready to smile. They're smiling on the Pacelli sideline, that's for sure. This is what they badly needed. Got that big play, and they've got the swagger back, I think.
Yeah, the offense had kind of stagnated a little bit for a couple of drives there. They hadn't had a lot of success, and maybe it took a little busted play there with a snap through the hands, which will happen on a night like this quite a lot when you're in the shotgun formation, and it turned into a score.
Exactly, and the thing is, the defense maybe needed to be humbled a little bit too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody got a little cocky. All right. Fry's kick goes down to about the 22-yard line. It is taken by number 2 Chase Thornton. Thornton going around the left side. Finds some running room. He is finally shoved out of bounds.
Thornton with a big run back for the Pirates.
Right up near midfield, right at midfield, I believe, Dave.
Yep. Took it all the way to midfield. Tackle made by number 26. That'd be Caleb Camp, the sophomore. So Caleb Camp with a nice tackle to break up what could have been an even bigger run. We're all the way to midfield. We got 1:41 remaining here in the half, 28-7 Pacelli.
The Pirates will start this drive 1st and 10 from midfield at the 50.
So we'll see what kind of surprise Surprise can come up with, or if they can surprise Surprise themselves.
Say that fast 3 times.
No, I think I'll stick with what I got. I don't want to tempt fate here. 1st and 10 midfield for the Pirates. Pacelli looking to see if they can kind of wash the bad taste out of their mouth from the last one-play drive by the Pirates. The snap, dropping back. He fumbles around the ball around a little bit, rolling, throwing upfield, and it is complete for the first down. A nice pickup. That was Shane Richard coming up with a catch.
Nice just a little touch pass from Surprise that time. And maybe Surprise had the surprise right there because he kind of bobbled that ball around off the snap. And, it's amazing, Dave, how sometimes a little bobble or a bad snap or a drop will kind of freeze the defense long enough, and you come up with the play off of that.
Exactly.
It happened on the touchdown. It happened right there.
Exactly. A 14-yard gain. Well, that's part of it is kind of when somebody gets you hesitate and you get out of your lane.
Exactly.
Try to get greedy, too. Surprise dropping back to pass, looking upfield, under pressure.
Wow.
Oh, he is swarmed.
The pocket disappeared. There for a set, he stepped up, and he looked like he had time, and then all of a sudden it just closed on him with a big sheet of red jerseys came in on him. And he goes down for yet another sack.
Exactly. Mr. Surprise, meet Jaquez Morgan and a few of his friends.
Yes.
So on that one, it is a loss of 3 yards, dropping it back to the 37-yard line. All right. Drop back to the 42. I got to have problems. I'm going to have to take my shoes off, do the math. All right, snap to Surprise.
We are old.
I know.
I mean, a screen pass.
A little bit of screen. And a little bit of pickup. That was Thomas on the reception.
They've tried to run that play a couple of times tonight. That's the first time they've gotten positive yardage out of it.
3rd down 10.
And a pickup. They lost the 6. They picked up the 6 yards they lost. So it's 3rd and 10 now from the 36.
And there's halftime.
And that is where things end. We're going to the half. How about that? The Pacelli Vikings with a good, solid first half. We go to the break here. The Vikings with a 28-7 lead. A good first half they played the kind of first half you wanted to see.
Absolutely. You came out tonight after a big win last week. You're not having a letdown. You came out, you scored quickly, you scored often, you got the momentum on your side, and you were actually able, after a little bit of a lull, Dave, in that second quarter, the offense got another big score right there late in the first half, and it carried that momentum. They're going to carry the momentum with them into the locker room.
Exactly. That's how you're going to do it. Hey, before we go, remember, if you're looking for insurance you can trust, the Terry Johnson Agency has been a cornerstone of your community for over 30 years, offering personalized coverage to fit your life. From home and auto to life to church insurance, got you covered. At the Terry Johnson Agency, we don't just provide insurance, we offer peace of mind. Proudly supporting Georgia-Alabama Sports Live because we believe in the power of community. Thanks much to the Terry Johnson Agency, and thank you to the Pacelli Vikings taking care of business as we go to the break. The Vikings holding a 28-7 lead. You're watching Pacelli Vikings football on BeAViking.com and Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
Let's go! Woo! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Football time! Set the tone. Kyle, tie your shoes, tie your shoes. Yeah, good job. Woo! Yeah!
Grab a Pepsi Wild Cherry and get wild.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful new Chevrolet Silverado 4-wheel drive crew cabs, discounted up to $13,750 off. Chevy Equinox with discounts up to $6,000 off. And listen to this, 2024 Chevy Blazer EV, as low as $295 a month. Brand new Chevy Blazer EV, 24 months lease, just $295 a month.
Get ready to smile.
My name is Sergeant Jason Swells, and this is my CVCC story. Class sizes were not too large. The professors in each class had time to talk. It was almost like a one-on-one experience. CVCC did prepare me for my career. They made sure you knew the subject before you walked out of the class, before you took the test. They dedicated 100% of themselves to it. I can say for anybody who's deciding or thinking about going into criminal justice, CVCC got my vote all day long because they're on top of their game.
Football is back, and the only thing that makes it better is some delicious food from Zaxby's. They're a proud sponsor of Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. And I can tell you that everyone on this team loves their chicken. Get all the favorites, such as their signature chicken sandwich, or try the new chicken finger tacos with your favorite drink. From amazing salads, wings, chicken fingers, and some of the best drinks around, there isn't a better way to enjoy our broadcast without getting some fantastic meals from Zaxby's. Check out the two here in Phoenix City, one off Crawford Road and the other on US 80. Thank you again to Zaxby's for sponsoring Georgia-Alabama Sports Live, and make sure you call them for all your catering and tailgating needs this football season.
Get your grills out this summer with Pepsi, the official beverage of Grills Night Out.
Hey, on the mountain we've got a saying. Get off your... Touchdown! Woo!
Mountain Dew.
My name is Quinteria Perry, and this is my CVCC story. I've graduated from CVCC with my associates in medical assistant, and I received my certification from CVCC. The training that I got from CVC and being prepared to come and do clinicals helped tremendously. I started looking at scholarships, and the Ambassador Scholarship was interesting to me because you did events to earn your scholarship and you meet people. I would recommend CVCC to anyone that asks because of the scholarships, the teachers, the small stuff that you can't get at a university.
Now at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, the full-size GMC Sierra 4x4 crew cabs discounted up to a giant $15,000 off. GMC Canyons with plenty of power and excellent towing ability, up to $5,000 off. And the roomy and enjoyable compact SUV, the popular GMC Terrains, up to $6,750 off.
Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way to Glenn Smith in Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Let's go!
Woo! Woo! Yeah! Football time! Set the tone. Kyle, tie your shoes, tie your shoes. Yeah, good job. Woo! Yeah!
Grab a Pepsi Wild Cherry and get wild.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful new Chevrolet Silverado 4-wheel drive crew cabs, discounted up to $13,750 off. Chevy Equinox with discounts up to $6,000 off. And listen to this, 2024 Chevy Blazer EV, as low as $295 a month. Brand new Chevy Blazer EV, 24 months lease, just $295 a month.
Get ready to smile.
My name is Sergeant Jason Swells, and this is my CVCC story. Class sizes were not too large. The professors in each class had time to talk. It was almost like a one-on-one experience. CVCC did prepare me for my career. They made sure you knew the subject before you walked out of the class, before you took the test. They dedicated 100% of themselves to it. I could say for anybody who's deciding or thinking about going into criminal justice, CVCC got my vote all day long because they're on top of their game.
Football is back, and the only thing that makes it better is some delicious food from Zaxby's. They're a proud sponsor of Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. And I can tell you that everyone on this team loves their chicken. Get all the favorites, such as their signature chicken sandwich, or try the new chicken finger tacos with your favorite drink. From amazing salads, wings, chicken fingers, and some of the best drinks around, there isn't a better way to enjoy our broadcast without getting some fantastic meals from Zaxby's. Check out the two here in Phoenix City. One
your grills out this summer with Pepsi, the official beverage of Girls Night Out.
Hey, on the mountain we've got a saying. Get off your... Touchdown! Woo!
Mountain Dew.
My name is Quinteria Perry, and this is my CVCC story. I've graduated from CVCC with my associates in medical assistant, and I received my certification from CVCC. The training that I got from CVC and being prepared to come and do clinicals helped tremendously. I started looking at scholarships, and the Ambassador Scholarship was interesting to me because you did events to earn your scholarship and you meet people. I would recommend CVCC to anyone that asks because of the scholarships, the teachers, the small stuff that you can't get at a university.
You can hit the links for a great
Welcome back to Dymel Field. We're at halftime as the Pacelli Vikings have a 28-7 lead over the Stone Mountain Pirates. It was quite the first half for the Vikings, quite the beginning to the ball game as well.
A lot of fireworks early, Dave. You know, I joked about it. I'm glad that we didn't have a lightning delay as fast as some of those plays happened.
Yeah, it was a blitzkrieg.
You know, and guess what? It appears to have stopped raining.
How about that? You gotta like that. All right, let's recap the scoring from the first half. It was like I think it was the third play from scrimmage. 10 minutes and 6 seconds into the ball game, Nassim Hudson-Henderson picking off the Braden Surprise pass and taking it 21 yards for the touchdown to get the Vikings on the board 7-0. Their first offensive possession, there was a long run by Jason Nelson, and then DJ Colvin finished the job, taking it 18 yards with 5:29 remaining in the first quarter. That made it 14-0. And then Jason Nelson taking it to the house himself. The first play from scrimmage, 70 yards, a 70-yard run down the near sideline, and then it was 21-0 Pacelli after one quarter.
Yep, and then in the second quarter, both offenses had a little trouble getting going. Pacelli had some 3-and-outs, which was a little bit unusual, especially for that first quarter. But then good field position on going for it on fourth down at their own 21-yard line, and ended up with a loss back to the 16-yard line. The very first play, Surprise found Chase Thornton in the corner of the end zone on a nice fade pattern, and all of a sudden it's 21-7, and Stone Mountain's got some life.
Oops.
But they came right back, and Dave, the next possession after the kickoff, a good kickoff return, good field position, a busted play, a snap through the hands, ball's rolling around on the turf for a second, and DJ Colvin picks it up, shakes a tackle in the backfield, and then goes 33 yards for a touchdown and puts it to Chip Pacelli right back on the board very quickly late in the half, and got all of the momentum swung back to the side of the Vikings, and they took that 28-7 lead into halftime.
Exactly. It was a big boost for sure, and you could see the swagger come back. As for the team stats, offensively, Stone Mountain could do very little all night long. They got the one break. They had a couple of decent plays, but they had, on 23 plays, they've gained a grand total of 14 yards.
Yeah.
They've had to struggle. Pacelli has done well in terms of controlling the line of scrimmage and controlling play. Pacelli's offense, in their hand, looking pretty good. 15 plays, 161 yards. A solid performance in the first half by the Vikings. And so now we're getting ready to see what will happen in half number 2. And the Vikings will get their hands on the ball first, too, with that 28-7 lead.
That's pretty good production, too, Dave. 28 points on 15 plays. That's pretty good dividend right there.
Yeah, it's efficiency.
Yes.
You're looking, doing the math, you're looking at over 10 yards per play.
I guess if you told Dwight Jones earlier this week that he would only have 15 plays in the first half, he would have probably been thinking, oh my goodness, what is wrong with us? We only ran 15 plays in the first half. We're probably going to be getting skunked. And, of course, it's quite the opposite of that. They've been extremely efficient with some big plays, some big lightning plays, and they're going to get the ball right here to start this second half.
Exactly. So they're going to see what they can do about adding to this 3-touchdown lead. Kicking things off for Stone Mountain will be Adam Abdul-Azam, and sending back deep for the Vikings will be J.D. Davis, DJ Colvin, and John Thompson. The kick bounces at about the 20 and then rolls out of bounds on the 15. Flags fly. We'll see how Pacelli wants to play it. Whether they take it on the 35 or have him kick it again. I'm guessing the 35.
I think it would be the 35. You know, last week, Dave, I was down at Russell County. They were playing Eufaula, and we had a couple of these kicks, 2 or 3 of these kicks, and every single time they made the team re-kick. And I was, wow, you're not going to take it on the 35?
Well, part of that, too, is depends if you've got somebody you think can break one.
Right.
That's really the big thing. In this case, they just want to get out there and just see march them down and see what they can do and maybe get the clock, maybe get a running clock at some point here because a 30-point lead, then you can start a running clock, but they're not quite to that point yet.
Yep.
All right. John Thompson taking the snap in the backfield, one man in motion. The give is to Colvin. Colvin kind of on a jet sweep, taking the left side, finding a seam. He is finally shoved out of bounds in Stone Mountain territory. A nice pickup by DJ Colvin.
We had a little action after the play, Dave. There is a flag down. It's actually out of bounds. A couple of players were tied up. One of the Stone Mountain defenders and a Pacelli player were tied up over there, and there is an injured player now on the sidelines. But there was a flag thrown. It's going to be probably an unsportsmanlike conduct on somebody. That is number 10 for Stone Mountain. That's Alonza James, the linebacker, who's shaken up. Trainers are attending to him over here. Looks like maybe a shoulder.
We got a personal foul on the defense. A 15-yard penalty from the end of the play.
All right, so 15-yard penalty on Stone Mountain on the play. So they'll tack on another 15 after the gain. It was a nice gain there by the Vikes.
Yeah, a little extracurricular over there. I think there was a block that was carried out of bounds, and they ended up on the ground, and there was a little extracurricular activity there that warranted that flag.
Yeah, you don't like to see that kind of thing.
And James is going to go across the field. He's going to have to come out, I believe, for a play. They're going to let him jog on across the field over there.
Yep.
Looks like he's much better. I think he had a little shoulder problem on his left shoulder, and that's good to see that he's running and probably going to be back in the game pretty quickly.
Yep, the gain was 25 yards, 15, 25, a 25-yard pickup, tack on another 15. So basically, we're talking about a 40-yard pickup, the 40-yard swing there. So Pacelli will have the ball on the 25-yard line. 1st and 10, just 25 yards away from tacking on another one. We'll see if they can make it happen. Crowded backfield. The snap.
Little keeper.
It was a snap to Thompson. Thompson going around the right side. He gets loose. He is pulled down, but he breaks the plane and scores. John Thompson, a 25-yard touchdown run. The Vikings have extended their lead.
That was essentially, Dave, a little quarterback sweep right there where he just took the snap and followed his blockers. Got a couple of kick-out blocks on the edge there. Made a couple of moves when he got into the secondary a little bit, and was able to use his speed to get to the goal line. One guy hit him at about the 1-yard line, but he was able to force his way in the end zone.
Yep, good. Just using that momentum he had, just a well played, well constructed play. They did what they had to do, and Thompson taking it home. All right, Jack Fry setting things up for the extra point out of the hold of Ethan Sanders. And Wood snap is good, the hold is good, and the kick is as well. So with 11:41, just 19 seconds have elapsed here in the third quarter. The Pacelli Vikings have extended their lead. They have a 35-7 advantage on the Stone Mountain Pirates. Hey there, if you're thirsty for something refreshing, time to crack open a Pepsi. The perfect drink to quench your thirst and fuel your day. Whether you're chilling with friends, catching a game, or just need a burst of bold flavor, Pepsi is your go-to choice. Let's hear it for Buffalo Rock and Pepsi. All right, the Vikings taking care of business right away. Not wasting no time, putting their stamp on the third quarter.
Starting the second half, much like they started the first half, Dave, with a quick score. That's what you'd like to see if you're coaching on the Vikings sideline. You'd like to see those quick scores. get that momentum, sort of, I don't want to use too violent of an adage right here, but you want to put your foot on the throat of your opponent and hold them down.
Yeah, something about a hobnail boot.
Yeah,
I believe.
Larry Munson.
Larry Munson's hobnail boot. All right, Jack Fry with the kickoff, sending it short to about the 25-yard line. Taken down the outside, that is Chase Thornton going down the far sideline. Another kick return. That was similar to the kick return he had in the second quarter. And again, he's pulled down near midfield.
Yeah, he took that one all the way across the field to play, David, and he picked up his blockers. They set the wall that way.
Yep.
Sometimes you see the wedge formation on a kickoff where they try to get it to the middle, and other times they set a wall, much like most people do on punt returns. And that time he got to the wall over there, got a couple of blocks, and got up to midfield again.
Yep. Usually coaches don't like to see you go east-west, but if you set the wall there, you got to go where you got to go. So for the second time in the game, Stone Mountain will start their drive straight at midfield. Brandon Surprice at quarterback, the sophomore, with a one-man in the backfield. Taking the snap, driving back, looking downfield, forced out of the pocket, rolling to his left, throws the pass through the hands of the intended receiver. That was Khalil Thomas, who could not hang on to the ball. That was well played by Surprice, where he
really
rolled
was.
left and he had the man open. It's just the throw was just a little bit high, I think.
He had to rush it because he had two red jerseys. One of those was number 25 coming at him.
Yeah, he's seen 25 once or twice already tonight. Nassim Hudson-Henderson's been having himself an evening, to say the least. So 2nd and 10 for the Pirates at midfield. Here early in the third quarter, Pacelli carrying that 35-7 lead.
From the 50.
Surprice taking the snap on a jet sweep, the handoff going absolutely nowhere. And that was Keon Williams coming up with the tackle in the backfield, a loss on the play.
Very good job again by the Pacelli defense. I think Stone Mountain's tried to run the jet sweep a couple of times tonight, and I think it's ended similarly both times, as Pacelli just plays really good assignment football along the front line. People really stay home. They really keep their assignments. They keep their leverage, and they hold that edge. And that's a really good job, really good to see discipline like that on a high school football field, because a lot of times you can't – one of the hardest things I know when I was coaching is the defensive ends cannot run upfield.
Yeah, Roger Pritchard's got him playing good. All right, Surprice dropping back to pass, looking downfield, lofting it up, and it is caught. It is caught by Chase Thornton. He literally took it out of the hands of Cam Carino.
Yep.
Carino had the pick, but Thornton managed to wrest it away from him. A big gain. A big gain for the Pirates.
This is the second best field position that they've had all night.
Yep, because it's at 17 instead of the 16. So you're looking at a 38-yard gain on the play. So 1st and 10 from the Pacelli 17 for the Stone Mountain Pirates, who have got a lot of fight in them tonight, that's for sure. Surprice looking for a pass to the corner, another fade route.
Oh, he dropped it.
And he dropped it. Went right through his hands. Thornton was wide open. Wide open. He beat his man and then could not hang on to the ball. That's a tough one.
And it was not out away from him. It was right in the breadbasket, and he just let it get through.
The Vikings are going, okay, you can't let that happen again, because that's the second time they've run that fade route.
Yep.
Surprice is definitely he's got some talent. This sophomore is going to get better and better as time goes on. He's definitely the guy that runs the show for the Pirates. All right, Surprice over the middle again through hands. Yeah, that was
in some traffic right there. I can understand that miss a little bit, because he saw the red jersey coming at him full speed.
Yeah, it was tight end Jared Wilson that could not quite make the catch. So now you're looking at 3rd and 10 from the 17-yard line. This is definitely 4-down territory, so the Vikings are going to have to keep it going. Roger Pritchard setting in the defense. as offensive coordinator Mike King and head coach Marlon Moore are looking to see what they can do about getting into double digits here.
It's third down.
So 3rd and 10 from the 17. Trips left.
Trips left, yep.
Caprice dropping back to pass. A short screen. He hurried the pass.
He had to throw it quickly because they
Well,
just didn't even get a piece of those guys coming through, and he had to throw it before he was ready and before his back was ready to catch it.
Yep.
And so now that's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah. If you're an offensive lineman, you're supposed to let them through, but not quite that quickly.
Supposed to get a little piece of them before they come through. Try to knock them off their track as they're coming through. But that time they were pretty much unmolested when they came through.
Yep.
And they were back there quickly.
Caprice did what he could, but having to hurry the throw, there was really no chance for the play to develop properly, at least as far as the Pirates are concerned. Vikings are fine with that. All right, 4th and 10 from the 17.
Watch the fade.
Caprice dropping back, looking to the
a quarterback
keeper,
draw.
and there's nobody there. He takes it all the way into the end zone, but the flags are flying. There's a holding call.
That's going to be a hold, yeah.
Caprice went in almost untouched. He faked and he tucked it, and there was just this big old hole up the middle.
Well, he sold that play, Dave. He looked like he was going to deliver a throw, and then tucked it and ran, and he had plenty of green in front of him.
Yep.
Unfortunately, one of his guys was caught for holding. Real quick, while we've got a chance, Dave, a couple of scores from around. Northside is leading Monroe 25-7 in the 4th. Harris County's leading Doherty 21-0 at the half. The Battle of Lee County across the river. Auburn leading Opelika 14-7. Valley is down 34-0 to Clay Central over in Alabama. Troop is up 10-0 over Whitewater. Taylor County is beating Georgia Military 32-0. Manchester 21-6 over Macon County.
Manchester's for real again, but I mean they got one of the best players in the country there, so you got something to that, Justice Terry.
And Callaway and Cook are tied at 14.
All right. And timeout called. Looks like timeout called by the Pirates. They've got a 4th and 20. They're no longer in the red zone, but they still have, this is one of their best shots, so they do not want to make any mistakes here. 9:49 left in the game, 35-7. They're hanging on by their fingernails. If they can score, you can still make an argument. If they can't convert this and Pacelli scores, it's, cash it in, it's done.
We don't have a score from Calvary Tatnall on this particular site. It's still showing 0-0 first quarter. Checking on that one. Russell County Wetumpka also showing 0-0 in their contests. So
Callaway's up 14-7. Looks like Callaway up 22-14
now.
22-14. Well, the Cavaliers that's a great program up there. I mean, Coach Wiggins.
Coach Pete Wiggins is one of the best people I know, man. He was a customer of mine when I was doing the sporting goods sales and got to know him a little bit. And what a great guy.
Yep, and the players that he developed.
Oh, man.
I mean, he's got a guy in the NFL right now, so come on.
Yeah.
And Tank Bigsby. All right, 4th and 20 from the 27-yard line. Caprice dropping back, looking downfield, under pressure, tucks it.
Same play.
And he gets shoved out of bounds by J.D. Davis.
Caprice pushed out of bounds.
And about the 14-yard line, so it goes over on downs.
Yep.
The Vikings will take over on down.
So
they dodged a bullet there after the big play.
It could have got ugly, but the Vikings taking care of business and getting the ball back. It is deep in their own territory, but now what you can do is burn clock.
Yes.
And get this thing over with. You've got a comfortable lead. The one thing you want to do is get out of here with no injuries.
You'd like to score one more time here in the third quarter and then hold them out of the end zone so you can get that quicker clock in the fourth quarter.
Exactly. So here we go. Ball on the 14-yard line.
1st and 10, Vikings.
John Thompson with one in the backfield. And the give up the middle, a power run.
Gain
like
of
Braden
about 3,
Hudson.
maybe?
Is that Braden Hudson?
I think so.
Yep, Braden Hudson. Huddy takes it all the way down, takes it up. Gain of 3 or 4.
About to the 18.
About the 18, so he picks up 4 yards. Hudson, a senior fullback and a linebacker, the guy they call on when they want the tough yards. Well, him and Jason Nelson, of course. But Hudson is basically a pure running back slash H-back. All right, the give up the middle once again this time.
Oh, Stone Mountain defense.
Stone Mountain defense looking good. Drag.
Still got forward for about 3 yards.
Yep.
Up to the 21, so it'll be a third and very manageable 3rd and 4.
That was Zion Mabry.
Yeah.
The new Pacelli Viking. He just transferred. Today was his first day of classes. Mabry transferred in from Carver High School. And if the name Mabry sounds familiar, yes, his father is Jarrell Mabry, who was a star at Shaw High School and went on to play at the University of Miami. So Mabry setting up in the backfield alongside Thompson. He takes the give, taking it off tackle and pushing his way through.
It's going to be 4th and about a yard, Dave.
Yep, taking it just a little bit short.
Tackle made by number 50, Eric Barrios.
They're going to stay out there.
Yep, so it's 4th and 1.
They did this in the first half, and it kind of backfired on them. But
yep. We'll see how that goes.
Here.
Yep.
Same play as the last
play, and that's right.
He's
Mabry
in the open.
gets it and takes it down.
He had one guy to get loose from,
wow.
Dave, and he might have been gone.
Yep. Another nice run by Mabry.
With a Vikings first down.
Takes it all the way to the 37-yard line, a pickup of 11. First down, Vikings. 7:47 remaining here in the third quarter. Vikings with the 35-7 lead. I think they're going to see what the new kids got.
Yep.
Oh, and here comes Jason Nelson in the backfield with Mabry. That ought to be. Or is Mabry?
They brought Mabry off.
They brought Mabry off, but you got Jason Nelson, who already has a 70-yard run. So I'm not sure that's much of a break for Stone Mountain at all. Nelson powers. Look at him go. He will not go down. Fighting, battling, breaking tackles. That was a pure power run.
He absolutely ran over a defender there. That was Jared Wilson, the linebacker, or the defensive end. He absolutely ran him over.
Yeah, he got trucked big time. All right, ball on the 43-yard line. That was a pickup of 5, a pickup of 6. So it's 2nd and 4 now on the 43 for the Pacelli Vikings, who are putting together a solid drive. They've been scoring on big plays. Now it's a drive.
Mabry back.
Mabry, he picks up maybe one.
And that middle linebacker, Barrios, in the backfield that time.
He shot the gap and got through.
Tackle made by Eric Barrios.
Yeah, Pacelli has not had to put together a drive. They've done either they went nowhere quick or they went somewhere very quickly.
Yes, very quickly. They've had a lot of explosive plays.
Yep. And they're getting – this will be the 7th play of this drive. They've already taken it 30 yards, which is nice.
Somebody lost a shoe.
Yep. It's got to be the shoe.
Actually, I think the player who lost the shoe actually tried to throw it out of bounds and was going to play the play with one shoe on, but the official stopped it.
Yep.
He got off over there.
Yeah, that was Shannon Johnson. You got to do what you got to do. All right. The give is to Mabry. Mabry, the big man, taking it off tackle. Another power run.
First down.
Taking it past midfield into Stone Mountain territory. Down at the 49. So he got to the 49-yard line, so it's a pickup of 7. This is solid. This may be a taste of what other folks are going to have to see this coming up.
Yeah.
Because if you got Jason Nelson and Zion Mabry and you're moving back and forth, both stay fresh and both are power runners.
Boy, when he gets comfortable in this offense and learns over the next couple of weeks, his carries are going to increase, and you're going to have another weapon in that backfield.
Oh, wait, you got DJ Colvin, too.
Yeah,
Scat
absolutely.
back.
Yeah,
and John Thompson and DJ. Okay. Dwight Jones is a happy man right now. All right, to give to Mabry again. Mabry up the middle.
Ran into good surge by the defensive line that time, and Mabry tried to cut off of that, but he got bumped.
Yep.
And lost his footing.
Yeah, Alonzo James and Jaquan Morris both got penetration on that, pushed the line back. Couldn't get past Jake Wood, who got the guy that Mabry ran into. So the ball is marked on the 48. Ball back marked on the other 40. It was a loss of 3. So they're going to 2nd and 13. Mabry up the middle, carrying tacklers.
Going to be
busting through.
I believe he got the first down. He's going to be right at it.
Yeah.
If he didn't.
Now, again, a pure power run. A pure power run up the middle.
The ball carrier, just shy of the first down.
They're marking it down at the 40. So it was a pickup of 12.
Brings up 3rd down.
3rd and 1. Third and 1. Now it is Jason Nelson in the backfield along with Thompson.
Double handoff.
Double handoff. Here we go. Is that Colvin? That sure is. Colvin cutting back upfield. He is bumped out of bounds around the 10.
Reverse handoff, Donovan Colvin.
On the reverse, that was pretty because everybody's expecting Nelson to go up the middle and then boop, handoff to Colvin, and the scat back goes.
Well-designed play.
So he's out at the 10-yard line, a pickup of 30. This is a pure drive. The 11th play of the drive. They started on the 14-yard line, on their own 14. This is the kind of thing that makes coaches really smile.
Yes.
All right, the give is to Mabry.
And he's going to get his first touchdown.
He dragged some folks through, and touchdown, Vikings. Zion Mabry.
Zion Marbury.
His first touchdown as a Pacelli Viking, as the Vikings cap a 11-play drive with 4 minutes and 23 seconds to go.
That's exactly what you wanted to do on that drive right there, Dave. You used some clock, and you got the score that you needed. Now you got to play defense.
Yep. And we're getting ready for the extra point. And it looks like Ethan Sanders will do the kicking this time. That means Skylar Sanchez will be on the hold. They're gonna build up a little bit of depth here.
Yep.
And let Sanders do the kick.
Ethan Sanders on for the point after.
The hold is good.
Oh my goodness.
It hit the crossbar and bounced back, so the kick is no good. But with 4 minutes and 23 seconds to go, the Pacelli Vikings have a dominant 41-7 lead.
Vikings 41.
41-7 lead over Stone Mountain. Hey, feel the fizz, taste the excitement. Grab a Pepsi and dive into the crisp, refreshing taste only Pepsi can deliver. It's more than just a drink. It's a vibe. And let's hear it for Pepsi and for Buffalo Rock. All right, the Pacelli Vikings, 41-7. That was a drive, like I said, that would make any coach happy. 11 plays, 86 yards. How much better does that get? Seriously, it doesn't get much better. An 11-play, 86-yard drive.
It is just what the doctor ordered, because we talked about that when they took possession right there. You would love to grind out right there and run some clock.
And
they absolutely did that and had a couple of good plays in there, but for really the first time tonight, Dave, a good sustained offensive drive by Pacelli.
Yeah, and power runs, just straight up power runs. All right, the kickoff taken in at about the 15-yard line. Downfield is Khalil Thomas. Thomas is hit, shoved out of bounds. DJ Colvin, it looks like.
Yep,
DJ Colvin with the stop. All right.
I think he accepted more hit than he gave, but that's okay.
Yeah.
He got him out of bounds.
Whatever works, and it worked very nicely.
It was not as big a return this time as earlier in the half.
Which is exactly what the Vikings were looking for.
Now the defense needs to do its job, because Stone Mountain probably is going to go more to the air now that they're down 41-7. Secondary's got to be ready.
Well, the air is the only place they've been able to go anywhere. They have not been able to move the ball on the ground at all. They've had that problem all season long. They have been able to move the ball through the air this season. On the ground, nothing. So here we go.
Quarterback draw.
Surprise keeps it. We're up the middle. It cuts out. Finally brought down. Braden Hudson with the initial stop on that one. Zach Ellis in on the play as well. And that's a first down.
That quarterback draw is problematic for the defense of Pacelli. It's caused some difficulty for them, and Surprise does a really nice job of running that play because he really sells that he's going to throw the ball, and then he tucks and takes off. He's got a good, quick first step when he gets out of there.
Yep, a pickup of 14. Injured. There's a player injured.
Andrew Davis.
Andrew Davis coming off field.
One of their few seniors.
Yes.
I don't know if he rolled an ankle or if he's got a cramp. Looks like he's got a cramp.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear. I'd rather have it be a cramp than something serious. All right, so it'll be first and 10. That's like the third first down that they've had all night long. We're going to mark it now at 47, so it was a 13-yard pickup. Surprise in the backfield accompanied by Thomas. Thomas gives it to Thomas up the middle.
Nothing doing.
No, that's not going anywhere. C.J. Thomas with the initial hit on that one. The big boys in the middle stood him up.
Nice job right there defensively for Pacelli. And again, really, Dave, the one play that they've had success running the football on has been that quarterback draw.
Yep.
Everything they've handed off seems to have either been a very minimal gain or a tackle for a loss.
Exactly. Well, Surprise is he's got good feet. I mean, he can run, he can fake it well, he sells it well.
Yes.
And when he threw that one fade for the touchdown, you have to respect that. You have to honor that every time. Surprise with the short pass to Thomas. Thomas tried to catch one-handed. It was a little bit behind him.
A little bit behind him.
Yeah.
I get it. If Thomas had it to do over again, he would probably try to catch that ball differently. But
it was kind of an over-the-shoulder.
They had a play right there if he catches that football. He had a little daylight in front of him, so they would have had probably a little chunk play right there.
I mean, because Thomas can scoot. There's no question. He's got speed. These guys are quick. They can run.
No doubt.
But so can Pacelli, and they've been playing that assignment football and keeping from finding those lanes, which is what you have to do at a team with the speed that Stone Mountain's got.
Yep.
All right, timeout. Let's see who called the timeout. I'm assuming it'd be Stone Mountain that called the timeout. So 2 minutes and 49 seconds remaining here. 2 minutes and 49 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Pacelli with that 41-7 lead. So the Vikings are basically doing what they've got to do.
Yep.
They're doing what they have to do, and they're trying to keep the pressure on. Again, one mistake, these guys can break one loose.
No doubt. They've got weapons that can run, and they've got plenty of speed to spare on that sideline over there. But Pacelli's done a really good job of holding those guys at bay, not letting, yes, the fade patterns worked well, and yes, the quarterback draw has worked well, but besides those two plays, they've really not given up a lot, and you got to be proud of your defense for that. And, I think now they're a little bit more cognizant, more aware, especially the fade pattern, and they're becoming more aware of that quarterback draw, and you're going to have a few more people with some better discipline watching that play a little bit, spying the quarterback a little bit more.
Exactly. Well, the line, they basically controlled the line of scrimmage, and that had a lot to do with it. It hasn't given Stone Mountain a whole lot of room to maneuver. But Surprise, he's got enough talent to where you have to be careful with him. Even if you're winning the line of scrimmage, he can still get out there. So the assignment football is it's that or you're going to be paying the price for it.
Right.
Here we go, 3rd and 10. And Surprise dropping back, looking upfield.
I thought he was
across the middle.
Nice play.
Wow. That pass was meant for Jared Wilson.
Cam Carino with a nice play there.
Yeah, the sophomore has stepped up big. He's had an excellent sophomore season here, to say the least. I mean, he came in with a couple sacks and tackles for loss, but he's also shown just because he's an edge player doesn't mean he's not going to be able to drop back into coverage.
Right.
He's very talented, and he's going to be a factor for the next couple of seasons, to say the least.
Barrios is back to punt now for Stone Mountain. They're not going to risk going for it.
Nah, Thompson's setting up around the 25-yard line. We'll see if Barrios kicks another one of those low-line drives and gets a roll. Again, low line drive. Had a real nice spiral on that one.
That's going to
have a lot of roll, and
it started rolling sideways, Dave. I thought it was going to go out at the 1 yard line.
Yeah, it looked like somebody might be able to chase that thing down, and Jaden Haywood gave it his best shot, but the ball just broke the plane right before he put his hand on it. So Pacelli can set out let out a little sigh of relief. They're not going to have to start off on their own one. They're going to be on the 20-yard line. 2:32 left. So now their job, grind it out. Yep. Another grinded out session would be nice.
You'd like to see them take this drive into the fourth quarter and end it with a score to put an exclamation point on things. But you'd like to see them just grind away here like they did the last possession.
All right, Thompson setting up in the backfield. Quick out to J.D. Davis. Davis finding a seam, picking up some nice yardage, breaking a tackle. Davis, he is fast. Is he gone? Looks like a couple of players might have an angle on him.
He got loose.
He got loose, and he is gone. How about that? John Thompson to J.D. Davis, an 80-yard touchdown on one play. And the Vikings have taken a commanding 40-point
Well, so
lead.
much for grinding it out, Dave.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, you can put up with that too.
Yeah.
The irony, of course, is Davis started the season as the quarterback.
Yep.
And now he's a wide receiver making the break and making the big play. Yeah, Dwight Jones is smiling a lot right now. All right, for the extra point, it's Jack Fry coming out there again out of the hold of Ethan Sanders. Try to finish the job on this one-play drive. Fry lining it up and booting it through. Nice line drive. It is good. The Pacelli Vikings, taking care of business to say the least, have now taken a commanding 48-7 lead over the Stone Mountain Pirates.
I tell you what, Dave, every time you say Stone Mountain Pirates, I think of the Stone Temple Pilots. It's just popped into my head 2 or 3 times. I was like, wow, if I were in your shoes on your mic tonight, I probably would have said that once or twice. Trying to say Stone Mountain Pirates, I would have said, and the Stone Temple Pilots.
There you go. Amazing. Hey, remember, worker at home on the go, grab a Pepsi, turn your break into a celebration. Pepsi, always delicious, always refreshing. Get one today. That, of course, from Pepsi and Buffalo Rock. Speaking of celebrations, Pacelli celebrating a 48-7 lead. 2:14 here remaining in the third quarter as they're getting ready to kick it off. Jack Fry lining it up. They have now taken a complete control of this one. Fry sending it short once again, taking one hop, taking it about the 17-yard line.
Much better coverage that
one's going nowhere. They corralled Thomas very quickly, maybe a pickup of 5 on that.
Probably a mistake by Thomas of letting that one hit the ground. He probably should have caught that one in the air, maybe on the run, on the move a little bit, and got a little bit of a head start.
Yeah, because the oblate spheroid takes funny bounces.
Yes, it does.
And it just hung up in the air, and there wasn't much he could do with it. And by then, the good kickoff coverage. They all stayed in their lanes like you're supposed to. Assignment football.
Right.
And they basically swallowed them up. So there we go. It's going to be Stone Mountain starting on their own 25-yard line here with a little over 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Surprise.
Spread field again.
Yep.
Motion. That was going to be that quarterback draw. It had no place to go that time. I believe that was Nassim Hudson Henderson that was back there first and made the tackle.
Yep. Wasn't any place to go on that one. And Surprise trotting to the sideline. Probably for the play call. He is checking in with Mike King. Trying to get an idea what's going on. There's 22-21 on the play clock. He's also stretching a little bit. Is he hurt? Did he pull something? Seems to be walking a little gingerly.
Play clock's down to 8. They've got to hurry up.
Yeah, they're going to end up calling a timeout here, I suspect. And 3, 2, 1. Yeah, they call the timeout. with 1:19 remaining here in this contest. So Surprise looks like he's beat up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, count him out.
Yeah,
Offense.
yeah, that play lost 2 yards. So, yeah, Surprise has had to carry. He's had to carry the load for the entire game. They knew that though. I mean, Surprise came in. He came in with a 55% completion rate, and this is a team that struggled to run the ball all season long. They've been able to move the ball through the air. You know, a good solid completion rate, 155 yards passing is not too shabby. You'd thrown two interceptions coming into tonight, and now it's 3. Now just 1 tonight, and with the one touchdown pass, the only touchdown they had scored all season long.
Right.
So everybody knew that he was going to be the guy who was going to have to carry the mail for him, and he has done so. He has played well. He really has. He's been kind of under attack all night long.
Yep.
But he's done well with what he's had to work with. All right, Spree setting up with Thomas in the backfield, taking the snap, dropping back.
Little screen.
And
nobody was there.
Yep.
Uh-oh, going to probably have a roughing the passer. Flag is down in the backfield.
The Pacelli player is checking to see if he's okay.
And he's got a cramp.
Ugh. Okay,
It is a very humid night. Now,
yes.
It's very pleasant as far as temperature. It's not hot and humid, but it is very humid. The air is saturated.
Defense, roughing the passer. First down.
Yeah, Zach Ellis was called for roughing the passer. I don't know how much it was roughing and how much of it was just the cramp.
Yeah.
But he hit him a little bit late.
He hit him after he threw the ball, and it, gave him a pretty good shot. So the officials have to protect the players.
Yep. And Surprise
is going to get called probably 9 out of every 10 times.
Yeah, Surprise is going to have to come out of the game for at least one play. Andrew Davis, the wide receiver, is their backup quarterback. So he'll be the one taking the snap here. Because Surprise is listed as the only listed quarterback on their roster.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Davis is back in shotgun formation. With Thomas alongside. Taking the snap, give to Thomas. Thomas up the middle, finding a hole, picking up some yardage before he is brought down.
Jack Fry with the tackle.
Coming up from the free safety position. Oh, it's not a bad pickup for him.
About, 2 yards, 3 yards maybe on that play. It's, anytime they get a running play for positive yardage, that's not that quarterback draw. You kind of feel like that's a successful play.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was a pickup of 2. The ball now at the 40-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 8. Yeah, because they haven't even been able to move the ball at anything other than through the air.
Right.
All right. Davis rolling to his right, breaking away from a tackle, going upfield, crossing back again, cutting to his left.
Gets the first down.
A lot of east and west, but he got enough north and south to pick up the first.
First down, Pirates.
That was an impressive play by Davis.
It really was. He looked a lot like Surprise there as he was able to use his speed and his elusiveness to get away from a couple of tacklers. Broke a tackle in the backfield and then got loose and made a nice gain right there for the first down.
Right, got into Pacelli territory. So we are through 3 quarters. The Pacelli Vikings have a 48-7 lead over the Stone Mountain Pirates. You are watching Pacelli football on BeAViking.com and Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
Now at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, the full-size GMC Sierra 4x4 crew cabs discounted up to a giant $15,000 off. GMC Canyons with plenty of power and excellent towing ability, up to $5,000 off. And the roomy and enjoyable compact SUV, the popular GMC Terrains, up to $6,750 off.
Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way to Glenn Smith and Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Let's go! Woo! Woo! Yeah!
Thomas brought down after a short gain.
met by Nassim Hudson-Henderson.
Nassim Hudson-Henderson with the tackle.
Dave, the Northside game has gone final now. They defeat Monroe 32-7.
32-7. Sorry, that was not Nassim Hudson-Henderson. That was Hunter Hall on the tackle.
Okay. They've
started bringing in. They're building up some depth now. They can bring in some backups.
Here's another score for you. Look at Glenwood, David. 27-0 over BB Comer on the road tonight. The Glenwood Gators are proving that they are going to be just fine in the AHSAA.
Shane Nelson is doing a great job as the coach with the Gators. The pass to the right side, incomplete.
Opelika had a two-play 75-yard drive to start the second half, and they have tied Auburn at 14.
Ooh, everybody that predicted it would be a tight ball game. It's one of those games where everything goes out the window because it is arch rivalry time.
And Cook has come back and taken a 23-22 lead over Callaway.
Cook is a strong program, has been for years and years and years.
And look at Whitewater. Troup County was leading at the half. Whitewater is up 28-10 now over Troup.
Ooh. All right, pick things up 3rd and 10 on the 47-yard line. The give up the middle. Looks like Kingston Johnson. We're going to have to check the roster on that one.
Yeah.
A little bit of a gain there for the Pirates. Ball down now to the 42-yard line.
4th and about 4.5, 4-ish, I guess.
Yeah, let's pick up.
Call it 4th and 4.
Yeah, pick up a 7.
All right, flag on the play. Offside, Pacelli. And that's going to give them a first down. Not what you want to see.
Yep. That was Carlos Hammonds, actually. Carlos Hammonds on the give.
Defense. It's 5-yard penalty. First down.
And Lee Scott, Dave, played last night, but Lee Scott's also proven they belong in the AHSAA with a 49-14 win over Childersburg last night.
That's pretty solid as well. All right, 1st and 10. 1st and 10 now for the Pirates on the 37-yard line of Pacelli. We've now got backups in there getting some playing time. Caprice dropping back to pass, under pressure, breaking loose, and he has brought down a literal shoestring tackle on that one.
Well, he almost went into a slide. I thought he was going to go straight into a slide right there, Dave, but he just sort of sat down.
Yep. That was Nassim Hudson-Henderson on the tackle. And it was a pickup of 9 on the play. Pickup of 4 on the play.
Must have got some electrolytes in him over there.
Yeah.
Recovered from, but he is limping now after that tackle.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be full speed.
All right, a ball on the 29-yard line. 2nd and 2. Caprice going downfield. Quick throw, overthrows everybody.
I don't think anybody's that fast.
No. Andrew Davis was the man intended for the pass. On coverage, that would have been, looked like that was Uriah Mancic on coverage, or what? No. Could have been Cordell Thomas as well. I think it was Cordell Thomas on the coverage. So you're looking at 3rd and 2 now for Stone Mountain. Ball on the 29-yard line. They've put together a pretty good drive here. Their first of the night. Give up the middle. That's Hammonds. Hammonds hit by the center of the line, and it looks like they denied him the first. We'll see where the ball is marked. Nope. They give the first down to him.
Yep.
So Stone Mountain, for the first time tonight, putting together a real drive.
First down, Pirates.
And as you said, Coach Jones is getting some players some playing time.
Yep, that's the most important thing right now.
Down to 7:35 here in the 4th quarter.
In a 48-7 game, so you've got to get those guys out there. You've got to get them some snaps.
Yep.
Caprice taking the snap, dropping back, looking downfield, being chased out of the pocket. looking, running,
There's
and
a flag.
and there's a flag. He took it out of bounds.
2 flags, actually.
Okay, there's going to be a hold in there.
One in the middle, one over here toward the side. There's going to be some kind of blocking infraction.
Yep.
Over there.
At that point, if you're Surprise, you just run out of bounds because it's not going to matter.
We are holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty. We're going to replay the down.
All right, so a penalty on Stone Mountain. So that'll push him back 10. And suddenly the drive is not what it was.
Exactly.
After the penalty, Pirates first down and 20.
So the ball now back all the way down, back on the 37-yard line.
The running clock.
Yep. Yes, because, of course, GIAA and GHSA both follow the running clock after you have a 30-point lead in the second half. Stone Mountain right now trying to see what they can build for the future because they've put up a good fight. The score looks kind of ugly, but they played solid in spots. They've got a lot of work to do, but they've got something to work with. Surprise taking the snap on a jet sweep. Yeah,
that play is not.
That was not going to happen. There were a lot of red hats on that one. Was that Davis? Looks like it was Davis on the jet sweep.
Yep.
And got pushed back all the way to the 41-yard line, so you're looking at a 4-yard loss on that.
More reserves coming in for Pacelli, getting a few plays in.
Yep.
Down to 5.5 minutes in the game.
The line to gain is the 19, and they're all the way back right now on the 41-yard
line. Yep.
Yeah. So you're looking at 2nd and 22. There's a snap. Surprise. A little screen up the middle. Almost picked off. Nassim almost picked off another one.
Well, he read that like a first grade primer, didn't he?
Yeah, he was right there. One more time.
And now he's coming out of the game.
Getting high fives as Jacob Henderson comes in to take his spot. Henderson, a freshman, going to get some playing time. 4:48 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Pacelli with a 48-7 lead over Stone Mountain. Surprise and company are trying to get something going. This is pride. This is building for the future. Surprise dropping back, straight back. Another little screen. A throw is short. Wasn't even close.
Right.
Again, looking for Davis on the play.
Thanks to my good friend David Spitzmiller, he gave us a score report from Calvary. It hasn't been on Score Scream. They are down 41-0 with a couple of minutes left in the third quarter.
Well, Tattnall Square is a
night for Calvary.
Yeah, well, Tattnall Square is a really good program.
They really do.
And Calvary's got some building to do. They've got some talent and everything else, but they've got a lot of building to do yet. The jump up from GAPS to GIAA is pretty severe. We'll see how they can go out there. But Amanda Brunson is a good coach.
Yep.
All right, fourth down. Surprise over the middle and
almost picked off.
Yeah, Skylar Sanchez almost got his hands on that thing.
He can't believe he didn't catch that.
Skylar, he's going to hear about it from his big brother.
No
you
doubt.
can count on that.
No doubt.
Yeah, Justin's going to give him some grief tomorrow. Almost, but actually it's probably better off that he didn't because that was about a 10-yard difference. But with a running clock, it is what it is. So we'll give Stone Mountain some credit there. That drive. Let's see, on that drive, you're looking at 25. You're looking at it was a lot better drive back when he got all the way to 27. He got pushed back to the 41.
Right.
But still, at least it was some sort of a drive. 10-play drive. A 10-play drive for Stone Mountain, the way their season has gone, is progress for them.
Absolutely. It's a positive. And you got, every positive you can take when you're having a season like Stone Mountain's having, every positive you can take and everything you can expand on with these kids, you got to point that out.
Yep.
And you got to give them a little bit of praise where it's due. You've had some really good individual performances from Stone Mountain tonight, and they've got to make sure those kids know and glean the positive out of it.
Yeah, they got 97 yards total offense tonight, so that's a big plus for them. All right. Fake the handoff. It's DJ Colvin Colvin with the handoff, taking it downfield. Is he going to take it to the house? Not quite. A big run.
Oh, he stepped out of bounds.
So 49, 53-yard, a 53-yard pickup for DJ Colvin. Shoved out of bounds on the 6-yard line.
I didn't see the number of the player that made the touchdown saving shove right there. I won't call it a tackle. I'll call it a shove.
Yeah.
Knocked
at this point,
just off balance enough for him to step on the sideline.
Yep. Now, at this point, we'll see what Pacelli does with 2:27 to go. Do they just take a knee? Do they call it good? That's a question.
Looks like they're lining up in the victory formation here.
Yep.
Dave.
Yep. And they are. Thompson taking the snap. One step back, takes a knee with 2:11 left.
Now they'll run this play clock all the way down as far as they can.
Yep, and the play clock does not. Now it starts, so they'll take it down to about the 120 mark.
We appreciate all of our fans.
So this is just letting it finish. The Pacelli Vikings putting together quite the performance tonight in all phases of the game. One little glitch, which is kind of a wake-up call, which may actually be a good thing for them. The fact that you don't get too cocky.
Right, absolutely.
This is a team you dominated, but they can do some things, and you better look out because folks can sneak up on you if you're not paying attention. And so to take the snap one more time, Thompson takes it, takes a knee with 1:23 left.
As you leave tonight, we hope you'll help us
Setting the 40.
looking great by placing litter.
By the way, State Farm, Carroll Purdue has been a proud sponsor of Georgia-Alabama Sports Live from the very start. With over 15 years of dedicated service to the Phoenix City community, Carroll Purdue and her team are your go-to experts for all your insurance needs, home, auto, business, life, or health. Reach out to the Carroll Purdue Agency for personalized, trusted support. And the Pacelli Vikings are about to reach out for that victory. They should be able to make this the last snap of the game.
Yep.
50-11. They'll just, if they take the snap at about 41, we'll call it good, and that will be that, folks.
And Dave, don't forget, we've got to come up with the Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game.
Yeah, we may have to do a couple of them. There's going to have to be a couple people get that. So there, that should take care of it. Taking a knee, and at this point, it's about time for the handshake at midfield. The Pacelli Vikings, as the clock runs down towards 0, have chalked up another W to move to 2-2 on the season. The Vikings putting together a 48-7 victory over the Stone Mountain Pirates. A big performance all the way around. The Vikings have put up over 400 yards of total offense tonight. That's just basically just domination.
Absolutely. Exactly what the doctor ordered for Pacelli. Even their record now at 2-2, Dave. 2 positive games in a row for the Vikings. And really a big step forward tonight on the offensive side of the ball. And, of course, the defense, par for the course. They've been playing well all year.
All right, so let's talk about this. Our Good Hands Player of the Game. For starters, by the way, Alex Quinney All-State Agency proudly supports Georgia-Alabama Sports Live, dedicated to providing athletes with the recognition they deserve. We're going to feature the Good Hands Player of the Game at the end of each broadcast. Committed to giving back to the community, Alex Quinney stands out as the sole All-State agency in East Alabama devoted to meeting all your insurance needs with excellence. You know what? We got to do one on defense and one on offense, I think, the way things dominated. And I'll hand out the defensive one. How's that? We got to give it to Nassim Hudson Henderson, third play of the game, coming up with a pick six, take it home. That set the tone, and he had a great game beyond that, dominating through the middle of the line. So let's make him the defensive Good Hands Player of the Game. How about offense?
I'll do it. Offensively, let's see. We had a young man who had over 100 yards on 2 carries in the first half. And I think we got to give it to that gentleman.
Mr. Nelson.
Mr. Nelson.
Yep. He was amazing. No question about it. I mean, Jason Nelson, Last game, of course, had the 2 touchdowns. The game winner and the one that sealed the deal. In this one, the 70-yarder that just kind of like said, wow. You saw that and went, okay.
And sometimes you have a game like this, David. Yeah, you do have some players that had some great individual performances, but sometimes you might want to just say, hey, let's just give it to the offense.
Yeah.
But I think having over 100 yards and 2 carries to start the game and to get the thunder and lightning going early in the ball game, I think you got to give it to that young man, Mr. Nelson, as he had a couple of explosive runs there in the first quarter to really get Pacelli off to a great start.
Yeah, setting the tone, a 21-0 lead in the first quarter that they went on to roll to the victory, 48-7. So the Vikings have moved now to 2-2 on the season. Next week, a bye week for the Vikings. Then we'll get back in action September 20th when they make the trip to Whitfield Academy. The last non-district game of the season, because after that they're going to start counting because Strong Rock.
It gets real after that.
Yep, Strong Rock coming to town on September 27th, going to Calvary on October 4th, and then, Brookstone. And finishing off with taking a trip to Westfield. The Pacelli Vikings, after a slightly rough start, have righted the ship, and they have done so in impressive fashion with a 48-7 victory. Good things look to be ahead for the Vikings, and great things were accomplished tonight.
Absolutely. It is a really good game for Pacelli here at home. Good game for the fans that braved the wet weather tonight. Good crowd that stuck around tonight. Even on a really wet night, we noticed a lot of people trying to rub water off the bleachers down below us here. It really doesn't work on a night like this. You're just kind of moving it around. It's going to come right back. Your rear end's going to get wet anyway. You might as well just sit down.
Just deal with it and enjoy the show.
Absolutely.
And what a show they put on. Once again, your final score, the Pacelli Vikings 48, Stone Mountain Pirates 7. Thanks for joining us here tonight on BeAViking.com and Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. I'm Dave Plata for Mike Peacock. So long.